Desi Beats, guys. In the studio, we got DJ Goddess. Welcome, Goddess. How you doing?
Hello, I've been doing good. How about you?
It's great. It's been a minute, man, since we've, done anything. How have you been?
Well, I miss spinning with you.
Those were good times, man. Those were good times. Hence why, I was dying to get you in the studio for an interview because, those are some good times we had. I mean, finally a female very good DJ on the scene.
Thanks for adding that. We get stereotypes.
I mean that sincerely. Like it's great to see, especially being a Punjabi kudi on the scene. Like it's rare. Let's be honest, right? There's very few. But we'll get into that whole thing. First of all, I'm pretty choked, man. I phoned your management, and they're like, "Oh, you know how it is. It'll be $25K. Plus, she's busy around the world." And I'm like, "What? What's going on with that?"
Hey, I'm here. I'm here. We made it happen.
No, that's cool, man. So, I'm glad you came in. I'm gonna be honest. This interview is mainly for, I think, the female portion of the podcast that do listen, just because I think you're gonna be able to inspire a bunch of women today. And that's where I'm hoping this happens because, let's be real, man. You got to agree, there's just not enough women in the scene, period. Whether it's, acting, whether it's music, whether it's production, especially DJing, right? What's your take on that?
I'm with you. I think that there can be a whole lot more women in the industry. And slowly you're seeing that happen. But it's definitely taking its time. And when you see lineups of DJs, it's predominantly males still.
Yeah, pretty much all over, right?
Yeah.
I'm not including Paris Hilton in this, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing. Getting $500,000 for whatever it is.
She's doing well for herself.
But, it's cool. So how did you get into it? Like, let's go back. Like, let's talk about the DJing specific for once. So how did you get into DJing?
Well, I'm going to have to veer away from DJing to get into it.
Sure.
So basically, I was on a film contract. I have a film background. So I was on a film contract in San Francisco, and my only friend outside of the studio was a DJ. So every weekend, I would literally call my friend up and I would ask him where he would be. And I would literally just show up. He had several female friends who would accompany him and would party. And I was the one dorky girl just kind of peering over his shoulder, looking at what he was doing, and just fell in love with the craft. And I just knew that I'd have to come back and learn.
That's cool,
and that's what
man.
I did.
So learn. So did you end up following someone, or like, for example, like me, when I started DJing, I basically followed a crew. I had like a bunch of mentors, if you want to say that. Yeah. I didn't take any, back then there wasn't really formal training. So it was basically just threw you on and just kind of learn as you go. So what was it like for you? Were you just thrown into the mix and say, here's this, here's that, go nuts? Or did you?
No, actually, I'm a very structured learner. I'm known to be very nerdy and studious. And so that's kind of what I wanted with DJing. And luckily for me, there was a female DJ called Lisa Deluxe.
Lisa Deluxe, man.
Shout out to her. She is phenomenal.
Pioneer.
Yes.
Pioneer, man. She's fam right there.
Yeah, no, she's incredible. And I feel so blessed that I got the chance to learn from her. And she was teaching at School of Remix, and that's where I learned.
Great school. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess, is that something you would recommend now that you've done it?
Definitely. It all depends on how people want to learn. But at the end of the day, I still think it's all about hands-on. And I just took a week course. That's literally it. Like, it was
a week?
Yeah.
Jeez, man, it took me 10 years to get where you are. You're a good learner.
So
see that? You hear that, folks? Like, it took her a week and she's smashing it around the world. It took me 10 years. I can't get a party to Abbotsford. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
He's lying, guys. He's lying. He's a pioneer himself.
Oh, man. Respect.
Yeah, so that's basically where I learned. And after a week, I basically became a bedroom DJ. I bought my CDJs. In fact, I actually learned on vinyls because I wanted to learn the right way, and I wanted to learn the history of DJing. But literally after 2 days of vinyls, I thought I should be a little bit practical, knowing. And,
I agree.
And I was just thinking future-wise, and I don't know, I had a vision that I would be DJing in places like Dubai and Mumbai already in my head, and I guess I knew that CDJs made the most sense.
You know what? I agree 100%. I get young cats all the time. Oh, I want to learn how to DJ off vinyl. Why?
Yeah.
Like, the reason why we did vinyl is because it's what we had. Exactly. And then you got to remember, like, me DJing 20 whatever years on vinyl, for me to go to a CDJ or something else, it's a learning curve for me.
Right.
So, I'm glad you jumped on the CDJ tip, and then whatever you go in the future, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's so much easier, man. Just get a USB stick, plug it in. I got to carry this. You know how it is, man. You look at us like, how would you carry all this stuff? You have to carry your needles. Yeah, needles, right? And forget the needles, you're screwed. Like, oh, man. We've done that so many times at gigs. Oh, my gosh, She just laughs at us. She's like, oh, my God, look at these
Do you want to use my CDJs? Yeah, you want my tone CDs?
That's the bestie woman right there. She'll turn around and say, hey, you guys want to use the CDJs? Me legit, we look at each other. God damn. That's cool. So you're on the production tip. Let's talk a little about that, because we're going to play one of the tracks.
Yeah.
It's a great natural progression personally. And I think it's awesome that you're in the production. Kind of talk about how you got into it, and, because I understand you have a team behind you, which is really cool.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still very much an amateur. I'm just transitioning.
She's so humble, guys.
I'm just learning the craft. So I'm very blessed to have a team behind me, and who are able to guide me and help make these tracks happen. I mean, I have a lot of creative input in them, which is great. And it's a great way to learn. Like, I feel like that's one of those things where you're kind of thrown in, and then that's how you learn. So you guys anybody who knows Reminisce knows that he's an Ableton junkie.
Buddy.
So I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, it's great. I highly recommend it. But you know what? I'm glad what you said there. The key thing about production is, and I want these people to understand, because I hate it when they didn't produce anything. Goddess didn't do shit. It's not about you actually being on a keyboard and touching keys or producing a beat. Yeah. You have the overall vision, and you go and say, no, I don't like that. I want it like that. That's production.
Yeah.
That's you work in but it's true. You work in the Western side of film, which we'll talk about. Yeah. It's totally different. The terms, right?
Yes,
like a producer is a producer.
Yeah.
Right? You laugh because
Could you imagine me saying I'm a producer, but it's more so film producer, and then I'm a DJ. So
but a producer, you're not actually you're producing a film as an overall vision, and that's what the term means. Whereas on the Desi side, which we'll talk about, the Desi side is like it's a total flip. It's like you're a producer if you're actually punching in the keys, which doesn't make sense, but whatever, it is what it is. But you know what? We're gonna play one of Goddess's tracks right now. This track is off the chains, man. Jardiya Toran by Gippy Garwal right here on Desi Beats.
Hope you guys like it.
Welcome back to Desi Beats, and we got DJ Goddess in the house. Goddess, you know what? Let's do one of these segments. So in my show, I got these segments, right? I've got one called the Full Cheap Ones, and basically what that is like a funny moment. For example, I got a 4-year-old daughter, and I took her to ice skating. She refused to go on the ice. She started bawling her eyes out, flat out, in the arena there, and basically caused a scene, made me look like the worst dad in the world.
Oh wow.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So that's a full cheap one. So I'm sure it was embarrassing.
All the parents looking at
you. So I'm sure in your journeys, and you must have had something that you could probably share with us, enlighten the janta that are listening today.
I think I have so many moments, it's ridiculous. And when I try to think of it, I can never. But if I had Selena, my sister, with me, who tours a lot, she would probably come. She'll come up with 50 stories. I literally think anytime we have a gathering, there will be 3 good stories.
Man, I made a mistake. I should have got her sister on here. It'd been full.
No, I'm so glad she's not here today. I'm really glad. She'd be like, "Here, which one do you want? Let me pull out my database of Jess's embarrassing moments."
There you go, 411 on Goddess. That'd been funny.
Yeah. So, I guess, what would you like to hear, really?
You tell me. I'm sure there's probably something that you'll never forget, or something funny, with someone famous. Because you wine and dine with famous people all the time, man. We see the Instagram pics.
Oh, do you?
We hate. We hate.
Oh, man. Oh, I think I've had probably a few embarrassing moments with celebrities, come to think of it. What can I think of offhand? Actually, I was at a really close friend's gathering, I guess. It wasn't a gathering. It was just like more of a hangout. There was like 5-6 people there. Selena was there. See? She's always there. And there was a girl there. And she was chilling out. We were all very casual. That's it. Like there was 5-6 people. So she was super casual and she was talking and, you know, her hands were flailing as she was talking and there's this massive ring. I mean, I wear big rings. Don't get me wrong. Like fake. But, you know, yeah. So she's wearing this massive gaudy ring. I had never seen, you know those soothers, the candy soothers?
It's shaped like a soother? Yeah, the candy.
Yeah.
So it's like a diamond ring soother.
It's like literally,
those are
that's
wicked.
what it, those are, right? Okay. Only hers wasn't edible. But yeah, so she was talking with her hands flailing and I'm looking at it and I'm like, gosh, wow, like why would someone wear such a fake massive ring? So I kind of make a little comment and I just say, nice ring.
That is so Van City, eh? Nice ring, homie.
Nice ring.
Awesome.
Little jab of like, why would you wear that? And as I like just finished saying that, my sister's sitting really close to me and she kind of like knocks me on the side into my ribs pretty much. And I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? And later on I made a bathroom trip and you know how girls always go to the bathroom together. My sister was right behind me and she's like, do you know who that was? I was like, I don't know, like some girl, I don't know.
With a big ring?
Yeah, she's like, that was Salman Khan's sister, you idiot.
What do you mean, like Salman Khan?
Like
the Salman Khan?
Yeah,
so you dissed your sister?
Salman Khan.
Oh my god, props to goddess, man.
Oh my gosh, not props.
That's props
I
right
was
there.
so embarrassed.
Props.
Yeah, it's basically a real ring, by the way. It's 14 carats,
What?
I think. Yeah, and it's gifted.
14K ring.
It was gifted from Salman by himself.
Didn't she get she got married recently, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Were you the
She
DJ
did.
or what?
Oh no, do you think
Probably
I
not after
invited
that,
after that comment? I don't know.
probably not
Hopefully she
after
doesn't hear this interview. I actually think she didn't make much of the comment because it said nice ring.
Right.
So I don't think she got the undertone, or hopefully she didn't.
Oh, that's good.
I'm normally not this snarky, you guys.
I'm shocked, actually. Really shocked. But, you know, that's great. That's a great cheap one. So let's kind of reverse
It's definitely a cheap one.
That's a cheap one. Let's reverse this. Now, let's be real here. Okay, you're a female DJ in a market which is male-dominated. We agree, yes?
Yes, agreed.
Here's the other part to this. You are a Punjabi Kudi DJ in a very male-dominated, egotistical Punjabi male market. Do you agree?
That. Yeah,
let's be real.
That's pretty
I'm gonna
good. This is why I like him, you guys.
Listen, B, I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
All right.
I personally and honestly, truthfully, I was praying that a female DJ was on the scene.
Wow, okay.
Praying, because we need it. But the problem is two things. They gotta be good, obviously. I mean, you smash it. That's not the point. But for me, it's about culture, right? It doesn't matter what you play. It doesn't really matter you play house. I'm here mostly... stuff I've heard is mainly EDM.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
whether it's Bollywood or Punjabi remixes. And you heard one of her tracks, right?
Yeah.
No problem. But are you contributing to the culture or are you taking away from the culture? That's big for me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you coming in and you're like, you know, don't acknowledge the fact of your roots, out of it pissed.
Right.
But you came into, you know, one of the hottest nights in the city, 10 years running.
Yeah.
And you absolutely smashed it. So for that, you know, big ups, honestly. Honestly. So, but here's where I'm leading to this.
Yeah.
It was pure love from us. For me and DJ Legit, it was pure love. We're like, you know what? And, you know, we stuck up for you. Because, you know, we got boys that DJs as well. Like, why is she up there? Why? You know what I mean? Like, but, like, how did the culture embrace you? Let's talk about the males first. Like, how was it? Like, you know, like, granted, males are gonna hit, you know, let's be real. They're gonna hit on you and whatever, say stupid things. But overall, how were you embraced? Let's talk about the male part.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I think when you have haters or this, like as people say, haters, I think you normally don't hear about them much because haters typically don't come up to you. So it's normally behind your back.
Yeah,
so,
especially with us.
So I wouldn't know that, you know, guys are speaking behind my back unless someone told me. And it's ironic that you've said that now because I did have another guy come up to me during one of my ginger nights and said, you know, like, fortunately, he said, you did a really good job out there and you're killing it out there. And I had just wrapped a tour as well, which was really nice. And he said, you know, like, I hope you know you have a lot of haters that are DJs. And I was blown away, and I didn't understand, and I was like, I don't get it. I'm a female DJ. I'm doing my own thing. I work hard at what I do, and I was just in shock. And I asked him, I'm like, why do people feel that way? And you know, I might seem like a diva on my posters or flyers, but I'm still pretty sensitive. I'm still that nerdy rooted girl from
100%
from like high school, university, and everybody has feelings at the end of the day. And I was pretty shocked, and I asked him, and he said it was the fact that I was a female DJ, and that's probably why I was getting as far as I was. So,
did you take that as a compliment or as like, what are you trying to say?
Well, at first,
that's a two-way.
Yeah, at first I thought about it, and right away I was offended, and I was like, what are you trying to say? But then I realized, okay, even if that is the case, because I mean, a lot of females do have it easy typically in almost any industry, I guess, in a way.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. I didn't need to say it. So don't be hating on me, ladies. Don't be like, you chauvinistic pig.
I'll be honest, female DJs typically are hired based on looks and, how they carry themselves. But the way I think of it is success is based on being able to do a really good job and being hired again. Because if you're good looking and you do a terrible job...
Sorry,
what are the chances of you being,
I coughed.
hired again? Yeah.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're in an industry where you need the total package.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
And as long as you're not utilizing it as in a bad way. I mean, I don't rely on my looks to get a gig. Yes, I work out and take care of myself, but that's just a health thing. And yeah, industry-wise, it's good to make sure you're taking care of yourself. But at the end of the day, for me, I do spend hours in my bedroom. I have CDJs at home. I spend a lot of time on my craft. And so that's what's important.
And it shows. I believe me, it shows. But do you think that's, you brought up the point of, the looks. Do you think that's just the nature of the beast being in, let's be realistic, in an industry like Bollywood where looks is everything? Like, let's be real, man. Like, you watch these movies, and to me, from an outside, it's fake. Like, right. These models or actresses are unbelievable. They look fantastic.
Yes, there's a lot.
The guys,
of good looking.
now, I'm not gay or anything, man, so don't slam me. Like, these guys are like they're cut.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So is there pressure on that side for you? Like, yeah, I know you work out for your health.
Right.
But at the end of the day, do the looks... I don't know if that's the word. Does it matter?
I mean...
Like, is there pressure?
You know what? I don't feel pressure because I've always been relatively active my whole entire life. I think
enough.
When I went through my phase of... I was a bigger... high schooler. I played all the sports, but I ate whatever I wanted.
Helps when you play sports.
Yeah, I loved my coffee crisp, Twix bars, you name it. Those cheesy crunchies, everything. I ate everything. And I went through that transition of wanting to work out in university. So it was before I even started DJing, before I started film. I wanted to look better for myself, and I think it's a confidence thing. And I think that it's based on each sort of individual. And for me, yeah, in the industry, it's important, and there must be pressure for a lot of people. But at the same time, I feel like I've been putting that pressure on myself from before. Okay. So I don't feel it more so as an industry. Kind of like a preparation.
Yeah. You know what's coming. Well, that's cool, man. But see, the point I'm trying to make is it's not about you just getting CDJs and just being good. Yes, it matters.
Right.
But there's a culture, right? There's, appearance is everything. Like, let's be realistic. Like, on the outside as a promoter, I mean, I'd rather book you than me because I look like shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying that in retrospect. So,
right.
It's good. You know what I mean? Like, it's a presentation thing now, I find. Yes, skills are important. Like if you're going to book like a Jazzy Jeff or a DJ Akil, they've got the records. But at the same time, like, there's an opportunity here where you can take your craft, who you are, what you made, and you can do some big things, which you're obviously doing, right?
Thank you.
It's great. I mean, the point is, ladies, is this. It's not just about the DJing.
Yeah.
I mean, you work your ass off. Yeah. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, traveling's not easy.
No.
you know, and which
people
we'll
see the
talk
glitz
about.
and the glam of it.
That's it. They see this glitz and glam and they hate. Oh, who the hell she thinks she is? Blah, blah, blah. Speaking of which, we're talking about the guys. I can't wait for this one. You can let loose if you want, or you can be politically correct. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
But you got guys. You got hate from the guys. That's one thing. But what about the ladies in our beautiful Punjabi community? How have they embraced you?
You know what? I've actually...
Don't lie, because I got examples.
Oh,
don't
what?
lie.
Really?
Don't
really?
lie for
okay.
my society.
Once again, I think haters, I mean, I don't really hear about them, but I've been really surprised by the support that I've gotten in places like High Society. I don't know about the ones that you...
I'm just bugging, man. I'm just bugging. Yeah.
But yeah, occasionally I'll have, a female come up to me and say, thank you so much, for, paving paths and doing what you're doing. And they look up to me, which is
that's cool.
Hard for me to say. I'm like, but it's an amazing feeling. Actually, just today I was in London Drugs and someone just like shouts out Jessica, DJ Goddess, and
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I kind of turned around. I'm like, whoa, have I hit that level yet? And there was a girl that I guess I went to high school with. And are you okay?
I'm okay. Chronic cough, getting old.
And she basically said that. That she follows me on Instagram and it was a girl that I went to high school with, in fact, and she was super stoked. And in fact, I mean, for me, I like to talk to people at a peer level, especially if I've gone to high school with someone, but she seemed pretty excited to have seen me and run into me, and she was like, I just got married, I tell my husband about you, and it's so great what you're doing, and we see you doing your thing in Dubai. And it was a little bit overwhelming because I think when people from your school that have known you, obviously in my nerdy days sitting by the lockers studying, sees you in that sort of light, it's an incredible feeling. But
you know what, it comes down to hard work always pays off.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of this interview, having Goddess in here, because guys, I've been DJing a long time, but I'm gonna be straight up, I did not work as hard as you did.
I didn't grind way. I don't know if I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like in different levels, because actually we didn't really have kind of the avenues that you may have had now.
Right.
We didn't know. We're dumb, right? We're little, Desi kids, playing at weddings. We didn't really know, but at the same time, it's nice to see. You've got the contacts. You're taking advantage of your contacts. So let's be real, they're going to take advantage of you, right? You know what I mean? So it's good.
It's all about value.
It's all about value, 100%. And that's where I think it gets twisted with Desi's. It's like, like there's price and there's value.
Right.
And, the value is really important. And you've proven that, right? But you know what? I got to say, I've been through your mixes, and I found this Jazzy B. This Party Getting Hot. This record is
that's actually one of my favorites.
Poppin' record, man. So we're gonna play that. This is Desi Beats, man. We got Goddess in the house. Check this out, Jazzy B. Welcome back to the show, guys. Goddess is in the house, and you know what? I read or heard, or I can't remember where I heard that you're doing some charity work. I think it was called. I wrote it down here. Crown That Goddess.
Yeah.
Can you kind of talk about that? What's that about? I think it's mainly women specific in terms of what you're doing, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
So if male troll the page, they'll probably find a lot of women on it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, basically it's a female empowerment movement. I just launched it recently.
Cool.
Actually, it's only a few months old, but it's already garnering a lot of attention, which has been amazing. The reason why I launched it was, in fact, just going backwards into how you're talking about females and how they feel towards me DJing and that sort of thing.
Oh wow,
and
interesting.
Support.
Okay, cool.
I wanted kind of to encourage women supporting women, and especially in such industries that I'm in, for like music or film or dance, and you have makeup artists and just like the non-conventional sort of industries. And I feel like the support isn't fully there, and women are competing rather than supporting each other. So my attempt with Crown That God, he's like, no
comment, man. I will say this, you women are territorial.
Yeah.
Holy. I can say that because I got 2 sisters.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters. Wifey. I'm surrounded by women.
Women. Yeah.
So I can say that, so don't hate on me.
I think your wife and you might be coming.
I'm gonna get beat up anyways.
Yeah, that's it.
What she does to me.
I'm gonna leave right after this.
She loves you, man. That's the other part. She loves her too. So I can get beat up twice for that.
Oh, there.
You know what? I commend you on that because I mean, let's be real, man. We're like women got it hard, especially in our culture. Let's be real. Yeah. Maybe not as bad as it used to be. I mean, let's take for example. Like, if this was 10 years ago, someone like yourself, woman DJing, traveling around the world. I don't know if it would happen, being conservative parent.
Well, DJ Reka, she was an exception. I feel.
She was. She's killer too, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like, props to your parents for giving you the ability to, let that art in you kind of manifest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming, they must have saw and they're like, man, she's actually pretty good.
Them still.
She's actually pretty good, guys. I could just see your dad going, out there to the Meri Korea. Must be a proud
don't get me wrong. I'm sure he'd rather me, complete my PhD. But he's still on the edge of his seat sometimes. Yeah. But overall, my parents have been so incredibly supportive, dope, and it's been amazing. Helps. And so with Crown That Goddess, I wanted something. I wanted to break those barriers and break that persona and that perception that women are not able to support each other, and kind of create a very positive sort of community of women that just want to see each other succeed. And right now, it's solely on Instagram, and it has positive quotes, and it's actually there to inspire women of all different walks, people who have already made it, people who are on their way to making it, people who need that encouragement. I want people to read these quotes and look at these pages to kind of get that motivation to get up, go for their dreams, and really inspire them. And
that's dope, man. Like, do you have any, besides yourself, do you have any other sort of influential women on the doing stuff with you, or can you name any of them? Or?
Well, I'm actually, we're heading that way. So I have a few people that will become brand ambassadors and affiliates, and people that have already come on board.
That's cool.
So it will be coming on the page very soon. I can't disclose the names yet.
Contractual stuff,
but we'll be featuring, quite a few people. It'll be celebrities, social media personalities, and everyday hardworking women too. This is not just targeted towards people that have made it. This is just to inspire, the average person. In fact, I actually have a few people that are suicidal that are following the page. And at first I was really thrown aback, but I realized that these people are actually looking at the page for inspiration and to find some light on the page. So it's for all different walks.
But see, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, you can't expect success if you're never going to give back. People can say what they want about me, what I've DJed, what I've accomplished, but my personal best accomplishments for me personally was the charity work that I did. I've done more free gigs in the city than all these DJs combined. I'll be straight up, right?
Yeah.
And it's good. It's kept me grounded.
That's amazing.
It's told people that, you can, when you need someone, there's there. Even if it's music, you got to understand the music aspect of it is what calms everyone down or riles them up, depending what you play. Do you understand what I'm saying? The rugby ain't going to do that. The steak ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
Right? We got an important role, and being able to be in those situations for me is great. And on the flip side, God, I commend you on that, man. Like, having something like this that you can give back is huge. It's important. See, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, when, I just don't bring people on the show, for, shits and giggles, right? It's like, there's a message here that, there's hard work, right? You gotta, you said you perfect your craft every night, but you also give back. Those are three components. So there's no reason why, the success isn't going to come your way. So, like I said, I commend you on that, right? And I think everyone listening on this podcast can agree with me. And if you don't, you're a bunch of dumbasses.
You're so straight up.
You know what? Yeah. It's true though, right? Yeah. Like, how can you not? So I commend you on that. But, you're talking about the film aspect. Let's get into that before, I know you're busy. You got to fly out to wherever you got to go. Japan, Dubai, whatever it is. Talk about the film stuff, because people don't know. See, you think she's just a DJ? But she's a triple threat. She, you model. Let's be straight. You do, whether you do a picture, you do picture shoots. So that's modeling. I don't care what you say.
Modeling falls. It does, right? By default, so I think.
You can act. You act, yes,
I
and you're
have,
also
I have
on
in the past.
production side of things in film too, right? So can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, with the film, I mean, I wrapped a film called Sold. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, but send me the links or whatever it is, and I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. So it's a U.S.-India co-production based on child trafficking, actually. And
okay,
so,
I stand corrected. I remember I'm on your Instagram.
Oh,
I
okay.
creep on her Instagram, guys. I follow her and message her all the time. And I remember you seeing, or there's some, what do you call it, promos.
Yes.
Right, you went to LA, I think it was.
Yeah. We had quite a few film premieres.
My bad.
For the film festival circuit.
Yeah.
So I was in LA and London for the premiere for Sold. Yeah. So
Cool.
I would have been Instagramming those.
Girls just hating right now. LA, New York, London. Just bugging, man.
Yeah. So I mean. With Sold, it's on child trafficking, and it has David Arquette in it. Do you know
Cool.
David Arquette?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, David Arquette. Gillian Anderson. Are you an X-Files fan?
Yeah. Oh, buddy, huge X-Files fan.
Okay, so
massive.
Gillian, Agent Scully.
Agent Scully.
She's in it.
She's awesome.
Yeah, and then we have some Indian actors, Seema Biswas, and some phenomenal people attached to it.
Are you acting in it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you're just in the back end.
Yeah, I did have a cameo, but that scene got cut probably because I'm a terrible actor. That's why I stick to production.
That's what she says now, man.
That's why I stuck to production. But basically, I came on as a co-exec producer, so I helped with the financing of the film, and we're hoping that the film releases soon. This year, hopefully, we're working really hard to raise funds for the distribution of it, and
well, that's cool, man. Hopefully,
for child trafficking.
That's cool. Hopefully, stuff works out, and make sure you send us the links, and we'll definitely whatever promo we can do for you, and it's your fam, right? So
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So you're a busy person. So just before I'll let you go. Kind of like the future for yourself. I know you're going out gigging. And if anyone wants to get a hold of you, your social media stuff, if you can kind of let the janta know they're dying right now, like, and all the crazy freaky ladies that are like, I'm gonna go check out her Instagram page, see what she's wearing.
I'm not that fashionable, you guys. I'm literally a tomboy. I try to dress up sometimes for my gigs, but it's pretty funny. I mean, my Instagram, I think everything is at Jessica Dillon or DJ Goddess.
Yeah, and I'll have the links up in the show and stuff.
Okay, I'm headed to basically day after tomorrow. I fly out. I have one day to pack. I booked my tickets today, and
I really appreciate you coming out, knowing that you're. No, I honestly, I like.
Oh, of course,
no,
of course, I'd make time for you.
No, it's straight. It's cool though, because I know you're busy. Like, packing's not easy.
Busy.
Everyone's busy, and I appreciate it. But so you're heading off to.
So London for about 4 or 5 days, cool. And then get a little bit of a break, hopefully, in between in London, and then go to Mumbai and travel from there. Probably Dubai in the works. I normally do Dubai every time I go out.
Yes, that's
there.
right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm fortunate to book some gigs out there, and
that's awesome.
And hopefully around India. I mean, I normally tour. Once I hit Mumbai, I end up touring quite a few different places.
Cool.
So Chandigarh as well is in the works. Calcutta. So a few different places.
Yeah, I just got my podcast. Maybe a gig here in Vancouver or something. No, it's all.
Hey, I barely book gigs in Vancouver. How about that?
Nah, that's cool, man. DJ Goddess, folks, man. Thanks a lot for coming up. I'll have all the links up. Goddess, I really appreciate it, man. It was actually, this is probably one of the funnest interviews I've ever done. This was
Isn't
fun,
it
man.
one of your first interviews with me?
On this show, yeah. on this show. But,
I guess, you have no one to compare me to.
But to be honest, I've never had a female DJ.
Oh, that's true.
So this is a first. So this is a first for anyone in Van City, man.
Love that. Just wait until DJ Legit comes on. I want to see that interview.
He's going to interview you, man.
I think he's going to end up interviewing you.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen at the end of the interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Goddess was in the house. Thanks a lot, Goddess. Appreciate it, man. This is Desi Beats.
Bye.
Desi Beats Top 10.